Are you? Hey, hey, hey. Are you? Hey.
What?
Are you tuned in?
We in the building.
Yeah. Are you tuned in?
Cypher,
G's, Blaze. I'm like, hey, what we talking about today? I got 1, 2, 3, 1,000 things I gotta say. As we work in ENT, catch the sound, catch the wave. If you can't sit and discuss, you out of bounds, you out the way. Grab the mic, don't be afraid to say the things you gotta say. If the ball in your court, then step aside, respect the play. And if you got the number to the show, feel free to call away. Phil Cypher got the topic, so we gon' talk about it. Make sure you tune in. Different DJ every week to bring the different tunes in. 9 to 11 Thursday, got you grooving. Every single break, hard scratch or a smooth spin. Now I think they tuned in. Look, it's the Cypher, screaming for the Cypher. Round table talk, where you at? It's the Cypher. It's the Cypher. It's the Cypher.
Yeah. We in the building.
Yes.
It's another Thursday, and we are in the building.
Back.
I am
You already know.
Phil Cypher, aka the signature of the Alpha Male. Got my man Fly Tie in the building. Got my man Reek the Word Smith.
Yes,
and
sir.
we got DJ Blizz on turntables.
Philly's number one DJ. It's DJ Blizz.
And it's another Thursday. Now, Philly in the building. Everybody's in the building. And you're in the building because you're watching this and we're on YouTube and it's going down. But you know what? We had Sappho. And Sappho was here too.
Definitely was here.
But we're going to reschedule Sappho for next Thursday.
So look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen.
So you'll see the advertisement and everything and us promoting. And we're going to have Sappho next Thursday. I was out there talking to Sappho about a few things. And so gave me some tickets. She gave me some tickets.
Shout out to Sappho.
And everything. She asked us to come and perform for the Art and Sip.
Yeah.
Art and Sip.
Look for that.
Yeah, Art and Sip. So I was like, okay, that's dope.
That's happening in
Art,
October.
yeah, come on through.
Art and Sip.
And she had she told me Eric, Chef Eric will be the cook, and it's going to be a buffet and, buffet and everything and drinks and everything. And so it's going to be going down. It's going to be
a vibe.
So I said, okay, we'll come through. Smash Brothers. We'll do the
You
thing.
already know.
Yeah, we'll do the thing. Ain't no problem. Bring some bottles, get tore down.
You already know.
You know how I go. Yeah, and then you'll bring tree.
You already know.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling better. I'm healing. I'm getting there. Not all the way there, but I'm excited. I'm getting there.
You're on the way.
Yeah, I'm on the way. I can't wait. So I can go in the gym. I'm going to need too much weight. I gotta get it together.
We collecting this disability right now. We having fun. I'm just saying, I would be too.
Cheating the system.
Yeah, I mean, while I'm out, why not play? What's going on to my wife a little bit? El Garrido out there watching this, I'm sure.
What up?
Queen Dean, what's going on? Sorry you couldn't make it tonight, but we holding it down.
What up?
Like we usually do. And so what's been going on? Like what's new? I'm trying to think because I had some things.
Well,
I
one
want to
thing
tell
I know that I want to talk about. I know I want to touch on these I'm trying to think of the most politically correct way to say this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The South Americans that just got deported, the 600 of them. It's been all over the news.
Yes.
Has everybody seen it?
Yes, I did.
And I want you guys' opinion. I have mine.
I
got mine. Y'all know I got mine. But I want to hear y'all.
Yes. You know what? My question is for that situation, like, could somebody tell me, like, how did they get them together to deport them?
They ran in what happened was, just a little backstory. What happened was it was a big raid among, I believe, 3 or 4 different companies. The law enforcement have been setting it up for a few months. They knew that they had South people from Mexico and things like that were working there illegally. So
like
they hit them all at one time. And it was to the numbers of like 600 people.
Damn.
And then on the news, you see they said some of those people's children had to stay in their schools, gymnasium overnight because their parents, of course, had already been locked up getting ready for deportation. So it's a lot of stuff going on, and I just wanted to hear you guys.
And that was just one job?
Or
a couple of jobs?
No, a couple
of
children.
Different companies.
It was jobs? Oh no, it was a couple companies.
Yeah,
but it was all in the same.
It was a sting operation.
Yeah, it was a sting.
They hit them all at once, same time.
I was wondering, like, okay, well, how do you know they was? I was wondering.
I mean, but you gotta think about the society that we live in these days, though. Like, it's sad. Every time I say it, it makes my stomach hurt that we in a Trump administration.
I know. It's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Obama wouldn't have had it like that.
Like this would never be a thing under his administration.
This ain't the last 600.
And it's really not. This is like, you know what? It's crazy because I've been watching this show, like, not to deviate too far, but the fact that this is, I don't know if y'all ever heard of it, but it's basically a it's in current. It's like 5 years from now, right? Let's say a plague hit the world, right? Made everybody sterile, and now nobody can have kids. Only it's like a rare amount of people that have kids. So everybody that's fertile, they started rounding them up like the Holocaust. They started rounding up all the fertile women like slaves and making them have babies with powerful men. You know what I'm saying? And it's like took their children from them, killed their husbands, pretty much just divided everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how people are like the people that are. Do they really hold? Is it that many numbers against the, like? It's 600 people that they took. How many take them?
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And not
like,
just that.
I mean,
and not just that. What? One thing I want people to realize is that even though this was one of the largest busts in history, is what they're talking about for busting people who were supposed to be here. That isn't a fraction, a decimal, not even 1% of the people who are here illegally. So, fine. You got 600 people out. You didn't get 1 million. You didn't get 2. You didn't even get 1,000, 100,000, 10,000, nothing like that. People come over here every single day. Now, this is a problem that we're dealing with as a country, and it's divided. You got your people who feel as though we should close our doors and we shouldn't allow people to come in. Then you have your people who feel as though, we should open our doors and, allow people to come in. But the thing that I want people to realize is that it's not just Mexico.
Nope.
You know what I mean? If a motherfucker from Canada was to come over here illegally, he should be just as, ridiculed as the Mexicans and the people from South America, because we have the same process. They have the same process down there as they have in Canada, as somebody from England would have coming over here trying to get citizenship, everything. Now, the difference is people from Canada, people from Europe and other places like that come from better situations. So they're not so stressed to get over here.
Right.
Now, you have, the two, we're adjoined to two different countries, Mexico and Canada. Mexico, very, in poverty. They need a lot of help. Right. Canada, they don't need us at all. So we don't have to deal with that issue up there. Right. It's just Mexico. So now, instead of sitting here using all of these resources and fighting, why don't we help Mexico? Because we don't have no motherfucking problem sending people halfway across the world to Iraq and to the different countries in Africa and Asia to protect them and to make sure that they're treated right. But the people, our direct neighbors who we share land with, we can't help them because, we have some issue with them breaking into our country which we broke into our country.
Right. That's
bad. And if we're being understood, that's what our founding fathers built the country on.
Right.
The founding fathers not from here.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
It's supposed to be the land of the free.
And what I think about what happened is that we need to start going about things differently. One thing I will always understand is what it is. And when I say that, I mean laws are laws. I get that. There's no way around that, right. But there is a way to be humane. There's no reason why we have to take parents from their children and children from their parents. Indeed. and do all of this. That we don't have to do things like that. Yes, we need to deport. And I'm only saying that because the government's going to do that anyway. Yes, if you get caught in this country illegally, yes, you're going to go through the process of getting deported. But once you have children here and you have a life here, there needs to be better parameters for you to be able to stay here.
Yeah, right.
You know, if you have a child here, you should not be able to be deported from this country and leave your seed here. That should be out. You know, maybe you have to, I don't know, pay more taxes, or maybe you need to, I don't know, you know, the country might want to make you pay your debt to society. You know, take a few months. You know, I don't know, whatever.
Community service.
You know, something. You know, but
parole, probation,
that's not
limited
not fair.
citizenship, something.
2 years.
Let's just say you got limited citizenship until your
Exactly.
time is up, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
And in the long run, if we're talking about numbers, that puts more money out of the United States pocket, because now they're using funding to round these people
tax
up,
dollars.
to deport these people, and you know that's
tax
travel,
dollars.
that's gas. You got to feed them until they get back. You got to fly them there. You got to do all of that stuff, and then the kids that they
Paperwork,
left, you
all
have to
that.
take care of them.
That's
You know what?
Because now these kids
that's
are
money
wards
that
of the
you
state.
spend every year until they're 18.
Exactly. Now they're wards of the state until they're 18. So now the government and you paying
Because
for each and
once
every
they're
child
born
that
here
had-
in America, they don't have to leave.
Right. That's what I was going to say. If they're born here, they stay here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they're not born here, but they came over when you came over,
Exactly.
all of y'all got to go.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know, it's a mess. It is truly a mess. And one thing I really hate about it, like I said earlier, I understand laws, but there's a way to be humane. And the way that we're doing things, and especially we can really just pinpoint and only say towards Mexico. The way we're doing things toward them is just making America look like a country that we were not built on. We look like, you know, the people like Saddam Hussein. We look like people, you know, who are killing people and things like that. You know, the country that was once, you know, the land of the free and the home of the brave, and
It's now the
land
of the slaves and the home of the weak.
Yeah, it's the home of the weak. I'd rather go to
land of the
England.
slaves and the home of the weak. I promise you, like you can't. It's not like this is what I was saying about that show. You basically they turned America is not America no more. Canada is where people go for refuge. We're not. This is
And it
pretty
could
much
get
what
like
it's going to
that.
turn into. Like
That is
it could
not
get
too
like that. That's not
far-fetched.
too far, and that's
That's
where I'm
not
going.
too
That shit is
far-fetched.
scary. When I watch this show, I'll be looking at it. It's so interesting. It's so weird, but it's interesting. I can't keep my eyes off it because I'm looking like literally the way this country is being ran right now. We could literally end up like that in the next 5 or 10 years.
Right.
And this country is literally like it's pretty much like Nazi government type shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I hear these run again.
say it again.
The Trump wants to run again.
Yeah, well,
Well, I'll tell you, like I said this before, and I said, and I hope
I
our
hope he's not
viewers
dumb enough to do that,
remember,
and I hope people not dumb enough to
'cause
support it.
I try to spit knowledge. You know what I mean? And I hope y'all remember when I said this before. He has to run, because if he does not run, we're gonna put him in jail. That's number one.
Yeah, that's number
Because
one.
you cannot.
he's cruising there.
Because
He should be there.
he has open cases. He has
Yes, he
people
do.
on his head, and legally, there's a clause that says, as president of the United States, you cannot be arrested. I don't
You
care
get
what you
immunity.
do. I don't care if you get found for murder. You can't be arrested.
You
You
get
have to
immunity.
be impeached first, or you cannot be president. So he would be a fool not to run for president with all these open cases. He would be a
Does he
fool
go in the fucking
because
jail?
trust me, there's tons of politicians who want to make him the first president ever to touch a cell.
Yeah, and he should be.
Yeah, and he should.
He really should be.
I don't even know where the assassination people at. They're not out.
Like, you know what? The fact of the matter is, I don't even want Donald Trump to be assassinated. I want him to actually serve jail time. Like,
That
not,
would be great.
not
That
like,
would be
not
funny.
not like, not
Me
like,
too.
Good,
no,
yeah.
not like club fed time. I want him to be like Oz, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want that motherfucker to sit in jail, like,
federal time.
you know
they
what I'm
play
saying?
tennis and stuff.
Orange is the new black type shit.
And
Like,
not
no,
for
I want
us,
you to
and
sit
not
there
for
for real.
us either. But because if we don't at least
You have
give
to
him
set an
actual
example.
charges, to be honest, I'm a realistic person. Do I think Donald Trump will ever go to jail?
No,
But
I hope for it,
it's
though.
realistic that he can get real charges and be found guilty on them.
factual.
You know, so because Richard Nixon did or pardon him. You know, so fine. But if we don't actually try to at least go towards criminal charges with Trump, You know, it
We're-
just shows that
We're
we
being
stand for
counterproductive.
anything.
Exactly.
We
Like,
stand for
it sets a
anything.
wrong
We can.
example.
The most powerful person in our country
Can do whatever
can
they
do
want.
whatever he wants, and once he's out of office, we just gonna let him just
He
live
can
on his
overstep
40
the law.
acres
Like,
and still use
He
all
could
of our
just overstep
taxpayer
the law
money
and use our tax money
because
to do
we still pay for all previous office. We pay for our office in their hometown.
it. Yeah.
We pay for Secret Service for them for the rest of their
Other
lives
lives.
and their kids, but it's the wife. So if the president died, the former president died, the wife has Secret Service for the rest of her life. You know, like we pay for a lot of shit that we don't use no more.
That's real.
You know, that we need to hold him accountable for this one.
Factual.
You
I
know,
feel
but
like
you know,
gotta
I
set
didn't
an
want to get to
example.
talking about Trump. I just wanted to talk about, you know, how we doing down at the border right now.
You're right.
That's ridiculous to me.
That's great.
It's ridiculous.
You know what I like to talk about?
What's that?
As of today, I think just in this year, is 75,000 women missing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
75,000. They think it's a sex rape so far.
And that's what I've been hearing. Cause did you see on the news when that missing girl from Philly ended up where I believe in Texas?
Mm.
They found her in
I,
Texas.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
That's
I did hear about
that's
that.
bananas.
That's a lot of motherfucking people.
That is bananas. I watch your kids out here, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Look,
it's
I
not
tell
not the time.
parents,
It's
y'all
not
gotta
the
be
day
accountable.
where you know you can send your kids outside and
Let
they
them
will come
walk to
back.
the store and all
you
that
know.
shit. Like, this ain't
You
that
know,
type of era.
the
We
people
don't,
on the block you don't know anymore.
we don't live in an open door era no more. We don't. You know what I'm saying? This is not the type of neighborhood
No.
where it really takes
See,
a village.
My dad used
Because
to
the village
tell
will
me
fuck
all the
around and rape your
time,
kids.
all the time about stories of how his neighbors could beat his ass.
Yeah.
You know, he
That
walk
was the thing
outside
back in the
and
day.
he do something. Yeah, I mean, and the neighbors see it. He getting his ass beat by the
Exactly.
neighbor, and then he
Yup.
come home and then the neighbor called my grandma, and he getting his ass beat again.
Yeah, because it takes a village.
Exactly. It takes
It's
a village. But now you can't trust the village
No,
Or
you
the
can't.
damn parent.
or the parent. You know what I'm saying?
They
The kid
wildin'
could,
like,
yeah, everybody wilding now. And that's what like it's sad. You know what I'm saying? It really is because
It makes you think of
people
where
don't
we're
think-
gonna be.
You know what?
certain things you should, I don't know, maybe I'm old time fashion, but I'm like, you know, like I meet some moms and stuff, and I'm like, well, don't you think you should not do that?
Listen,
You know, what I mean?
I
Like,
work
I
for
mean,
the
you got your
DMV.
own time, I'm sure, but on your time, don't you think you should do it? I don't think you should do it. And you're
When you
going
got
around
the-
your
when
child,
you got the baby
your
and shit.
baby, yeah, you know what I mean?
saying?
Like your time, I mean, you should have thought of that before you had kids.
I
mean,
promise
it's
you,
part
I
of the
work.
deal.
I work at the DMV, man. So I
Part of the
see
fucking
all
deal,
this
man.
shit. This lady came in the DMV, her and her husband. This is what made it fucked up because it's both parents in there with the kids. They getting seen for whatever. It's like 3 little kids and they all under the age of 5.
Damn,
The one
age of
baby,
5.
I swear on everything I love, my hand to a law. I literally had to walk to the door. This little boy was on his way out into the parking lot. Nobody saw him. It's both. Like,
And he's just
he
walking
got
out.
all the way to the door. The center big as shit. Y'all at the counter all the way across the
You
center.
don't see him
How
out
did
there.
your
Not paying
baby
attention.
get?
It's too
How
many
did your
things
baby
important.
get to the door?
And
It's
see
a
all
whole
them
parking
cars,
lot
and
out
somebody
there.
get him
And
and
they-
put him in the car
And
and
he,
roll the fuck out.
or he could just get hit by one of them big ass fucking. This is literally the DMV. Everybody's driving. They're doing road tests and all types of shit.
Everybody's
This
parents are their friends these days.
like no,
Yeah,
this-
yep.
Everybody,
You can't
instead of parenting from the very
Y'all doing
beginning
the most.
until the very end, it's oh ha ha he. That's funny. You see what he just did? I see that shit all the
Me
time.
too.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
And it's
look,
like,
oh, that's
my,
so
my
cute. No,
friends'
that ain't
kids,
cute.
they cussing at 2 and 3. Oh my god, he really cussing.
Yeah,
You
I've
know
been
the
over
words
people-
to
I was
back
the
that
fuck you
ass
mean?
up.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, he really
And I'm
cussing.
like, why is the kids? I was just over, you know, my cousin's house, and I'm like, got the kids is walking on the goddamn furniture. I said, yo. And they laughing at me because they think it's funny. I'm serious as hell.
dead
Get the
ass.
fuck off
Get
the
the
furniture.
fuck off the
You don't
couch.
walk on the furniture. Y'all don't teach these people not to walk on the furniture.
Yeah,
Your kid know all the words. Right.
You don't teach them they don't walk on
That's
furniture.
not cool. Your baby know all the words to back that ass
But,
up, but
yeah,
don't know the
and
right.
ABCs.
city girls.
Right.
They know all
I
the
bet your
city
baby
girl
mama
songs,
wanna
but
think
don't know
like
the
me.
ABCs, can't spell their name, and don't know their address and phone number.
Yeah,
But they know all the words to every city girl song on the radio.
on the radio.
That's
And
what
you
I'm
think
with
you're
that.
doing a good
And
goddamn
you think
job.
that's cute, and that's
And you
good
think it's
parenting.
cute.
You think it's cute. And you sitting around your home girls and you like cigarettes all in your titty and you're smoking, the baby's right there in the next room. That shit, let me
You and your mom hang out
listen.
at
listen.
parties.
You and your mom
Let
go
alone
to the
your
same
age group
club.
probably should do it.
Leaving
Probably
the-
not your even age
you
group.
and your
You
mom
probably
left the
above that.
babies with your
y'all
big-
hanging out, y'all getting high, y'all doing that.
left the baby
Who
with the
mom that?
17-year-old brother or sister because you and your mom is both at the bar.
Yeah, y'all at
This
the
is what I'm
bar.
saying. This is the shit that's
That's
fucked up.
what's
It's fucked
going
up.
on,
That's what's
and
going
nobody
on.
sees no wrong in that.
It's all fucked up.
You know what I mean?
There's
It's a
no
different way
wrong.
I act if my mother's sitting right
That's
there.
why these
Oh,
kids
hell
act
yeah.
the way they
Still.
Still.
I don't
damn
care
near
how
40.
old.
Fuck how old you
I
are.
don't care how
It's
old.
a different way.
My mama slapped
When
the
I
shit
call
out
my
of me.
mom, it's a different way I talk to her.
Mhm.
My voice get all sweet. Hey, mommy.
Hey,
I
Hey,
can
what
do
you
that.
doing?
I'm like, I
what
can
you
do no
doing,
wrong.
Queen? How are you?
How you doing, mom?
Because
thing.
and you know why?
I be there in
And
the
I
Ain't no
just
yo,
explained-
mom,
I
what's
talk to my
up?
mom like I talk
I'm
to my
all cursing
girlfriend.
again, because get the fuck out of here. My mom said right there, you know, bitches, they
because
crazy.
we had respect
No, they don't got none.
for our parents. Because I just had to tell this to one of my
That's
friends.
because they
I
parents.
told her, I said to her,
Yeah, their parents are
I
parents.
said, you gotta realize. I said, you're at an age right now, and everybody was there,
Mhm.
where they feel like their parents the worst people in the world, and you just clashing at every end. You feel
Yeah,
like you're an
everybody
adult.
had that
Your
phase.
parents
Yeah.
really telling you still a child.
Yeah.
You feel just because you 18,
Yeah.
You
whatever.
grown,
Everybody
you can do
has
whatever
been
you
there.
want.
Yeah,
And I tell
everybody's
them,
been there.
everybody's been there, but understand that will always be your mom. That will always be your dad.
And
And
you
there's
only get
nothing
one.
you can do about it.
And you only
Yeah.
get one.
And you only get one.
You only
pair.
get one in life.
So, you either gonna get over it, and they always gonna speak to you however they want, because no matter how old you are, I don't care if you're
They brought you
70
here.
years old.
Yeah.
If your mom is 90, she is going to cuss you out,
Yeah.
and you ain't gonna
Yeah.
do nothing.
Fred, get that shit up off the goddamn table. I'm sick of this shit.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
right,
You just
mama.
gotta
I'm,
be like,
I'm sorry,
alright,
mama.
Because
I'm gonna
that's
get it
your
right now.
mom.
I'm gonna
Because
get it
that's your
right now,
mom.
mama. I'm sorry.
Now I can see though, you know what? I understand that if you got and you know what? I know that they say, your mother and father, you respect them, you listen to them, and all of that. But I've seen certain situations and instances where it just couldn't be me. Maybe I'm too rebellious, but if my mom is, when you grow up, you look at things like how I guess they paint them. What
Right.
society paints them to be.
Right.
You get older and you say, hey, you start walking your own path. That's if you're courageous. It takes courage to live your own life and be yourself.
Very true.
So, but if you're not trying to blend in and you're just being you, you start looking at things and saying, hey, I don't even fuck with that. Or, hey, my mom wasn't shit.
Mhm.
Right,
And mom, who you to tell me some shit when you ain't shit?
You ain't do shit for me.
And
Telling
I-
me,
and I
telling me how to
agree.
raise
You know
my
what I mean?
Yeah, I
kids.
agree.
I think that
I ain't see you till I was
not to
30.
say
Telling
that
me how
you
to raise
don't
my
love
kids.
them or you
You gotta
can't love
realize
them,
they're people
but you
too.
got to realize, right, that they're people and deal with it as such. You know what I'm
Indeed.
saying? Like I couldn't, if that's just me.
No, that's fact.
But I went through my phases of not liking my mom as a kid, liking my mom, loving my mom. Oh, she make me sick, all that stuff. And then you get older and you look at all those pieces and stuff and you realize, like, God, wow, my mother was awesome. I've met a lot of mothers.
Right.
I've met a lot of mothers, and I've
Ain't
met a
none
lot
like
of
mine,
donors.
Mhm.
As far as the women, they just gestational mothers where they have kids, but they don't take care of the motherfuckers. They don't raise the motherfuckers. They don't take care of them. You just had the kid, and maybe you put it up for adoption, or maybe you just couldn't do it. Maybe you were whatever
It was
you were
always
doing.
with your mom
Other
or
things
your
were more
sisters or
important.
some
I don't
shit,
know.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I guess I would have be rebellious to a certain degree. My mother was a heroin addict or whatever.
Yes.
She didn't have time for me.
When
So
you get
when I'm
to the
talking to
age
those
of
kids and they do that,
accountability, and you can really see those things,
mhm.
yes. But still, the same fact remains that that's still your mom. You
Right.
know. Now, Phyllis Cypher, I feel like you're 100% right.
Right.
Because there's a lot of things that my parents say that I don't feel like that's the path for me.
Right.
Right. And I feel like children are supposed to be better versions of their parents.
Absolutely.
They're not supposed to do things exactly the same.
Right, right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I know what parts of my mom I have. I know what parts of my dad I have, and they know them too.
Right.
But I have my own parts.
Exactly.
Your parents set the blueprint.
And
You
for
are your own
example,
person.
And I'll
They
give
set
you
the
an
blueprint.
example now.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
definitely set the
They
blueprint.
set the
but I
blueprint
had
for who
to,
you gonna be,
but
but
I
you are
had
your
to
own
write
person.
the manuscript.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They just put the little, the outline together. I had to actually write the paragraph.
Exactly.
But so for example, my last year in college, college was not for me during the end. Like it just wasn't. It was getting on my nerves.
Mhm.
And my parents wanted me to just stay on the campus and stick it through.
Uh-huh.
That's not what I was trying to do.
Right.
I was trying to come back home, get a job, work, You know, because at the end of the day, what people don't understand about college kids is one of our biggest, the biggest thing that we worry about, and the biggest reason people drop out of school is money.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you telling me to put all 100% of my time all week, all year into school, and I got bills coming, and I gotta pay for these classes, and I still gotta pay for room and board and all this other shit. No, that's not comfortable for a person.
It's stressful,
especially once you reach a certain age.
Yeah, once you reach a certain age, and you figure out that you gotta pay this stuff back. So I figured out a way I could come down to Philly and still, take my classes, take a full load, get a job. Right. They didn't want me to do it. I did it and I passed with better grades than when I was on the campus.
I know that's right.
But that wasn't the path they wanted me to take. But at the end, they said, "Congratulations! I'm glad that you did.
You did what
you knew obviously what was best for you." And that for me was like, "Thank you for understanding that I needed y'all to back the fuck up and let me do what I needed to do."
Right.
I wasn't telling you I wasn't going to do it. I just was saying I was going to do it a different way.
My way.
So sometimes I feel like as you're getting older, as you're becoming a young adult and you got your parents' influence, you got to take your own discretion into, account. You got to look at the situation for what it is. I'm going to just keep it a bean. If your parents have been driving Camrys for all their life, your Toyota Camrys and, Corollas and bullshit, I'm just saying what it is. Bullshit for all their life. And your mom don't really rock nice bags. She's humble. Your dad's humble. He blue collar, this, that, and the third. But you like money, and you like Beamer, Benz, and Bentley, and you like Fendi, Gucci, Louis, Prada, and you like those things. Yes, everything that they're saying to you is most likely valid, but you're probably gonna have to take a different path once or twice to get the things that you want, because you have to live your life, not your parents' life.
Exactly. They had their turn.
They had their time.
That's not for you.
And that's why, and vice versa. That's why when people say, "Well, I'm living for my kids," or my kids, no, God gave you life too. You're important too. Right. I mean, you gotta cut the time where you can have adult time and you and kid time. Because even the kid gotta have kid time, because you let them play. You let them, so they're having their time right now. That's just their type of time.
That's their time.
That's their time.
That's what they do.
So you gotta have you too. So I just never believed in that. I live on because of my kids. No, you don't.
I don't have no
it's
life
not chill.
I got kids.
I don't know who comes up with some of these slogans, but they don't work for me.
After a while, they're not kids. They're adults, just like you. You guys are both adults. You're just their mother or father.
That's them, and this is you.
Yeah.
Isn't it two different people right here? Y'all got two different type of prints and everything. No, you don't live on for that. That's not eternal life to me. You're not showing up, pal. You're still not showing up. I see them. I don't see you. You're gone. But anyway, I just was looking at that, and the 75,000 women, that was on my mind. And then I went out to a ball Saturday. Me and Chalk. We ain't go in though. We was outside. But we had a good time with Badass Prada and everybody, and Shady Prada and everybody. We had fun. We was out there laughing and everything. It was fun. So we had a good time with that. And then let me see what else happened. Some real crazy stuff been happening, but we'll probably speak about that another time.
Ooh,
yeah, it's been really crazy. So let's see how it unfolds, and then we might bring it here. I asked her, does she want to come on the stage, come on the show, so she can clear the air. You know what I mean? You might want to come on here and talk. I don't know.
We gonna sit on that.
It's on fire on Facebook.
Yeah, we gonna wait
fire. We're gonna wait for it though. It's sad though.
Yeah,
it is sad.
It's sad. I mean,
it is sad.
Social media is going to hell. I promise you. The internet is going to hell.
I ain't even gonna go in on it because I can go all day on this particular subject. So I ain't gonna start.
Social media, in my opinion, has single-handedly ruined the world.
It has ruined the world.
I love it. I love
how
it.
people used
it's
to
so
say,
much fun.
But you know how people used to say shit like,
Yes.
You remember the old episode? They said, "I let drugs and alcohol ruin my life."
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, I let Facebook and Instagram
and it's crazy because
ruin my life.
It was only a matter of time until we created something that was too powerful for us.
Listen, because you can't
and we
control
don't
it
even
no
know
more.
it yet. But I can tell you right now, social media is going to be the death of
America. Of a lot of people
of the world. Excuse me,
yeah.
not of America, because
of the
it's
world.
everywhere.
Because social media is international. I promise you. And then you can think about it like this: like you literally could put a picture up a video of you and your baby mama at your baby shower, and if she look crazy or you look crazy, the next thing you know,
That's
it's gonna be a
in China.
meme about it on Instagram and Twitter.
In
Talking
China.
about
In China.
that's
They
just my
can't even
baby
speak
mama.
English, and they watching it.
I'm trying cracking the fuck up too, because
You know.
the pictures they gonna make it look horrible. I promise you. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And, you know,
and it's hard for governments. It's
It
hard for
is.
governments because at one point what you seen is what your government wanted you to see. Now you can go on and see whatever the hell you want.
because they
You don't even
can't
have to
censor
listen.
what
They
you
can't
watch on the
censor
internet.
anything.
Like if you have internet access, they can't say,
No,
"Hey,
you can
only watch
Korean
shit from
news.
Sweden." Like that's what I'm saying. They can't tell Swedish people, "Oh, you only allowed to look up Swedish internet." Like you know what I'm saying? If I'm on Google, I can look up whatever the fuck I want to.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what country I'm in. So you can't limit people to what they see. So it's gonna fuck up a lot of situations.
Now what will
Ready, DJ Blizz?
Yeah, Blizz about to get back on.
Hell
And
yeah.
thank y'all for tuning in. It's the Cypher every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. We in the building. Fly Top, Rick the Worksmith.
Yes, sir.
Peace to Queen E. We out of here. Keep tuning in. Share, push the like button and share and share and
Wise
share.
Hours
and share.
1111.
We
Smash
working.
Brothers
We
Publishing.
working.
We working entertainment.
We outta here.
Entertainment.
Peace.
You're in the mix with LaSalle's #1 DJ, DJ Blizz.
Oh Lord of His mercy, oh Lord of His